Hey guys, I'm finally gonna make a video now since my movie's kind of been there. Excuse me. I hope you guys have enjoyed my movie. I worked really hard on it. I've been working on it since a year, but I still find it like I didn't really find it the best movie I wanted it to go. Like I didn't find it the way I wanted it to go. I think it, like, and you can see that because I had to rewrite basically the entire script. I mean, I took a few elements from the old script, and I guess maybe a few of you catch that, but I had to basically rewrite most of it, and it was that twist where Sydney was the killer. Now it was like that in every version, but she didn't find out the end that like she was in the mental hospital and it was an experiment, and like she killed her whole mother. In the old script, um, her brother killed her mother and all that kind of stuff, and he was assassin and all that, and like he went to this man, he lived with this guy, and he assassinated people, and he killed his mother because her I guess dad or whatever kicked him out because he wasn't a good kid. I don't really remember the script, but it was good. And he came back and he assassinated his mom, but he wanted to do it in a much more stylier way, so he took on a Scream costume and just killed loads of her friends, and all of them were suspects. One time, one of her friends came in and he said, "Oh, I found this mask," and it was a ghost face mask, and then Sydney freaked out and she ran, and I actually shot that, and I don't know if I can find that. I mean, most of the movie was shot, but then I got cut out and everything like that. I had to go reshoot everything, and this is a lot in the beginning of the video, but I have to let out because so, at the very end, when she killed her brother, there was a part at the end where she snapped, and her dad came back in town, and she killed him. And it was just a thing inside of her, like she snapped or something. And at the very end, she walked away from the house, and she put on the mask. That was the first original version. Then the other version, she, and this is before Halloween too, this is surprising, I think me and Rob Zombie have the same kind of eye. She killed her brother, and then she got put up in mental hospital. I think that was it, or she killed her dad, then she got put in mental hospital. And there's a shot of her smiling at the end, like her smiling, and that was the end credits. And it was surprising. Like when I saw Halloween 2, I was like, he took my idea. Like seriously, like I'm not lying. Like I'll send you guys the scripts if I get out of my old storage. It has the date and everything like that. I promise you. And then there was another version where she killed her dad, got locked in a mental hospital, and then she escaped from that mental hospital, killed the guard, and she got out and put on the mask. So there was different. Those were the versions. Now I can tell you now, since it's revealed that she's the killer. And I really, when I was gonna write it, I really wanted to go that same direction, but I wanted to take it differently. Instead of her just snapping, you know what I mean? I wanted it to have her be the killer the entire time, and like do something like Shutter Island. I don't know if you guys have seen Shutter Island, but I kind of got inspired by that film where like you see the movie and you think it's just a guy, he goes into this place and you think these people are like doing something to him and stuff like that, but then you find out they're trying to experiment him and bring him back to sanity again, that to have him admit that he killed his wife and children. And that's what I got inspired by, that idea. And then the same with Inception. Inception inspired me. When I was writing the script, the Inception trailer came out, and I saw the whole, like, when I heard the plot, like the dream within a dream within a dream and all that, and I was like, well, why don't we make this a dream? Well, originally it wasn't a dream because we shot in the summer, but then actors couldn't come, and we had to shoot it in different times, and like in the snow and all that. I was like, this isn't going to make any sense. This is going to be stupid, you know what I mean? So what I did, I was like, well, why don't we make this a dream, and at the end you find out that she just had a dream, and because people are confused, they want to know, and this is how I'm going to explain it to you. She killed her mom, she got locked up in a mental hospital, and she just had a dream. A dream about her friends trying to have her admit she killed her mother. She woke up from the dream, and now she's a little pissed off from that, so she escapes, and now she wants to kill all her friends from that dream and continue what she started. After killing her mom, she wanted to kill all her friends because there's something inside of her that just makes her crazy. But I guess I don't want to spoil it. There might be a reason why she killed her mom. I'm not going to say anything else, but there could be a reason why she killed her mom. There could be a whole new different story instead of her just snapping. And I had that planned with the other scripts too. There was, I mean, I had like a trilogy put together, and I was gonna have this ending like The Devil's Rejects, like a finale with like Freebird and like, you know, that kind of whole thing. And I'm definitely not gonna do that in this next movie. I mean, it's gonna be different because I'm much more low budget, I guess. Back when I was gonna make these 3 movies, my mom had a lot of money. We could do all these things, and like, she knew a lot of police cops that could do all that stuff, and we were getting all prepped and prepared for this film when we began shooting Scream Junior Assassin. And then, like I said, my old friend Austin quit, and he just didn't want to do it, and he did such a great job as Ghostface. He was Ghostface, and I had to finish it, and it didn't work out, and things happened, and this happened, and this happened, and then it just got out of place, you know what I mean? And that's when I took a break from it. I quit. I got away from it. I left the whole movie, and then I came back to it, and I was like, you know what? I want to make this movie. I want to finish it, and I really hoped I did a good job, and hopefully surprised people. I showed in my class part 3 of the movie, and they were completely, the teacher, she was blown away because they had no idea that she was the killer. All of them, their whole face were glued to that screen, like, and they've never were glued to the, like, they see November 1st and 2nd, they were kind of like, yeah, whatever, your movie sucks. And then they saw this movie, and they were blown away. They had no idea that she was the killer, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make that twist. And the second one's going to have a bigger twist, because I love that. I'm not going to tell you what the twist is, because that would spoil it. But there's a twist. That's all I can say. I had to let it out, but I'm not going to tell you what. But it's just you can imagine, like, what is the twist, and that's going to be asking you for a very, very long time. I just got done watching the biography of Scream, the movies, on the Bio channel. You guys, hope you guys watched it and checked it out. It was awesome. It was a great history about it and everything. I still think that E! True Hollywood Story was better because they explained a lot more, and they talked about Scream 2 and Scream 3, and they went and talked about production about that, and they talked most about Scream 1. Even though Scream 1 is the best, of course, it's the ultimate classic, and Scream 2 and 3 are good films too, but you can never beat the original because that's what started it all. And you know, especially the phone call in the beginning with Drew Barrymore, you just can't beat that whole movie. And I guess, you know, Scream 2 did a really good job. It's definitely, I mean, I rewatched, I didn't watch Scream 1 for a while, but then I watched it, I'm like, oh my god, this is better than Scream 2. And Scream 2 was great, and then Scream 3 was really good, had a good ending. It wasn't as good as the first 2. Scream 2 wasn't as good as the first one, and I think it just got less and less as good, but it was still good. But hopefully Scream 4 will come back with that brand new original style, but since it takes place in Woodsboro, I guess that whole feel is going to come back for like the first one, and hopefully it'll be good. I mean, I'm really excited because it's like a remake, I guess, but like I'm glad it's not sort of a remake. It's kind of bringing back the old cast, like Nev and David and Courtney, and it's great to bring them all back on the big screen, and it's just gonna be really exciting because this is gonna be the first Scream movie I've seen in the theaters. I mean, I think for a lot of you, it's gonna be the first time. You know, so I hope you guys enjoy the movie. And another thing I have to say, and this really, really bothers me. My mom, my sister, and all have been asking why I spelled Woodsboro wrong. Why is there a W at the end? And I looked back at it, and I was like, I did spell that wrong because I didn't know that they didn't have a W at the end. And I was like, I messed that up. And of course, with the annotations, whatever you call it, you can put, I accidentally spelled it Woodsboro. But I thought, why not do something with that? Why not have it its own twist, like call it Woodsboro, like my own town, Woodsboro, and it has a W at the end. Because in the next one, I'm gonna be making fun of the old, like the Scream movies, like 1, 2, 3, and definitely Scream 4 references. in the next one. Like, they're gonna be saying sayings and be like, hey, you got that line from Scream, and like we're gonna be making fun of the Scream movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do something different. So we live in this reality world, and we're imitating the Scream movies. So Sydney, she's basically copycatting those films and taking it to a whole new level. And I thought that would be really, really interesting. And it takes place in Woodsboro, and we mentioned, one of the characters maybe says, haha, Dimension couldn't get the rights to Woodsboro, the named city, so they had to use an O at the end instead of the W. And I thought, why not that? Do you guys think I should do that? Have my own twist, or do you think I should have just the O at the end? And like change that at the end since I made the mistake. Because I have different twists of the city, like Woodsboro Island, and the next one's going to have an ocean with it. It's like a brand new city that I'm bringing to life of Woodsboro. It's kind of its own, on its own city, and it takes place in California, of course, but like, it's like a city on its own. And you guys let me know if that's a good idea or not, if I should do that. I mean, I want you guys' advice, and let me know what I should change. I mean, a lot of people complained about the acting and the lighting of the film, and that's why I shoot my movies most of the time in the daytime, was because of that reason. Another part they got confused was when Austin, my other friend that played the psychiatrist at the end, he did not die. I mean, he just got grabbed just to get that shock feeling of Sydney. Like, remember, they were trying to have her admit that she killed her mother, with the ghost face mask and everything like that. People are getting confused because they can't see that shot well. I had to crop it. Why? Because on that day, the actor, he was wearing shorts and he didn't have any gloves on, and I thought that was the most stupidest thing, excuse me, to the actor I've ever seen. You know, I asked him to bring pants and gloves. He never brought it, and I thought that was the most stupidest thing of all time. And he was one of the actors in the movie. Like, he was one of the suspects. Like, oh wow, it's like such really hard to guess. And then I talked to the actors, and they told me, like, you gotta do something with that. And so there was no way to bring Austin back. I couldn't go reshoot it with him because he's busy. I mean, he's a model, so he goes around the U.S. and he does a lot of pictures and stuff like that. And he's got his girlfriends and friends. He's kind of, you know, he's 60, he's got a car, and he's kind of does his own thing now. And I couldn't get available to go back and reshoot that, so I had to crop it. And I did the best I can. I mean, I did shots of Ghostface running, and I try to do the best I could. Did I ever play Ghostface in the movie? Yes, at one point, where Adam, that character, I was Adam, and I threw her in the pool. I was Ghostface, and that's my sister. And there's another thing. Will my sister be in the second one? Maybe. Now, Sandra, she's playing Sydney in the next one, but there might be a flashback of Sydney, and it might be, Cassie might be in a part of the movie, which I think would be really, really cool. Because I want it to make sense, not like, you know, H2 where like they show flashbacks of like young Michael, and like it gets confusing, like, you know, it's him and then Dag, and it's that confusing kind of thing. I don't really want to do that. I want to make sure that I can get her this shot done with her, the flashback, before she gets older and she ages, because it takes place before her mother's death. So a little spoiler there, but I can't really reveal anything else, and it's like 13 minutes, so it's like, wow. I had to let this all out, seriously. I hope you guys enjoyed my movie. I hope you enjoyed the twist. I knew none of you were going to see it coming at all. Everyone thought I was the killer. Jack, I'm surprised no one even questioned Jack. I mean, she threw him out of the house. She didn't kill him. She threw him out of the house. He banged on the door. She said, I'm going to call the cops, and then suddenly Ghostface comes out. Where did Jack go? You never heard from him. Nowhere. And there was actually going to be lines in the movie where she asked you, like, have you found Jack yet, or anything like that, and she was going to ask the cop that, but the actor Robert, he was too busy, so we had to cut that out. And I thought, well, why not? And I thought it worked a lot better because you don't know really what's going on, and I thought that was great, kind of like Inception, or like the twist, like what's going on, who's the killer, why doesn't he have a knife, and all this kind of stuff, and it's like this huge twist. So no one died. They got attacked, but it was just to scare Sydney. None of them killed. The only body count was my mom. That was it. So people are confusing, like, oh, can I